Why'd you put me in here? Sorry, Mike.
Welcome all sports fans. I'm Dolph Jackson, one of the hosts of the Come On In Sports Network, a brand new sports network catered to sports heads like yourselves. Here on the Come On In Sports Network, we'll be covering the latest topics and current sporting news from around the world, such as baseball, football, basketball, and more. So sit back, relax, put your feet up, and come on in.
Man, oh man. You muted, Dolph.
Boy, I'm gonna get this music thing straight one time, man.
Hey, it's all good, brother. Man, oh man.
What a game. Well, this game was definitely different from the other night. I will say that, man. Listen, man, we're gonna get into it. I'm about to put the link in the chat. That's why when you have an opportunity to jump on the team to steal home court advantage, you have to come through. The other evening, the Pacers had a golden opportunity. It slipped through their fingers. Like they were saying, we'll be better this game, but they were not. Celtics take this game in dominant fashion. Score really wasn't this close. Jaylen Brown went totally off tonight. He is the player of the game. Siakam tried. Yeah, Siakam closed the first half, scoring the last 10 for the Pacers to cut the lead to 6. But after that, it was simply all Celtics. Every run that the Pacers will make, the Celtics will answer. And now the Pacers are going back home, staring at a 2-0 lead, a 2-0 hold, and they have no one to blame but themselves after game 2 tonight. What was your thoughts, Zach?
Man, it's I think it was just a huge slap in the face. A huge slap in the face to all Pacers fans, slap in the face to the players, the fans at Boston, all the teams that have competed in the playoffs today. You are down by just 13 points going into the fourth quarter, and you throw in the towel.
Yeah. In
today's NBA,
that's crazy.
Teams go on 13.0 swings all the time, and you give up. Embarrassing, man. Embarrassing.
Yeah, that was just it was, man. Like you said, it's almost like it seems as though they just threw in the towel. Let's regroup. Let's go back home and protect home court. Now, does game 3 become a must win? I mean, if they go down 3-0, it's over with. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. They go down 3-0, it's pretty much over. Maybe they'll get a gentleman's sweep. But right now, I mean, listen, again, I said it just a second ago, man. When you have that opportunity, they had the game 1 in the palm of their hands, and they just fumbled it away. It's just that simple. And now you come in game 2, the Celtics. Now, remember, the Celtics had won every game 1 in the playoffs, but coming into the night, they had lost every game 2.
Mm-hmm.
But the previous series, all game ones were blowouts. So you heard Jason Tatum saying, like, you know, we kind of got complacent, you know, for game two. But after going into overtime in game one, they came out focused on and determined not to lose game two here. Now the Pacers go home, and I think game three or not, I think it's a must win. If they go down 3-0, I think they may get swept. They'll be lucky to get a gentleman's sweep, in my opinion.
I think they'd be lucky to get a gentleman's sweep in general. I mean, you know, then now with Halliburton going down with apparently a left leg issue, a strained hamstring or a sore hamstring, which he missed, I think, 10 games with earlier on in the season. Right. Not a good look for them. I mean, Miles Turner, who was kind of the focal point for this team in the playoffs, like really stepped up. He hasn't played a lick of defense this whole series so far. These 2 games, he's making constant mistakes. I mean, we saw in the third quarter, I believe it was, where everybody's guarding above the perimeter and they allow who's a Hauser or Pritchard to just sit in the corner and nobody was there. Like they're not. How are you in the playoffs?
Man, it was just ugly, and it goes to like what Nine was saying, man. Like, now tonight's performance and the way they ended game one makes people feel the way that Nine and a lot of people feel. Like, man, they shouldn't. This is why people are saying they shouldn't be here. That they're fortunate even to be here. Now, what was your take, my brother? After sitting, it was hard tonight.
When you start the fourth quarter and you're only down by 12 and you sit every starter but one, and I even said it during our stream, I've seen LeBron, I've seen Steph, I've seen Kobe, I've seen Jordan get up on their own, go to that table and check themselves in the game. So in that essence, as if I'm a Pacers player and I'm a starter for this team, and we're down by 13 and starting the first, and my coach starting the fourth, and my coach don't put us in. They put in guys that ain't played the postseason at all. Right. I'm getting up, walking to the table, and I'm putting myself in. Right. Carlisle, we're gonna have to have a conversation after this. You can yell all you want, but I'm putting myself in. This is not how I'm going out. I'm not going out like this. Right. This was terrible basketball. It's already bad enough. It looks like AAU basketball. It's just, oh my God, bro. Like, I don't want to watch the rest of the series.
Was he sending a message to his team by sitting all of them to start the full? Was he sending a message to them?
He may have, but I don't know if he's sending the right message.
Okay.
Because we have to remember, me and you are much older than Zach, right?
Right.
So for an older generation, if a coach does that, it's a different type of message. For the younger generation, when a coach does that, they take it differently. It's
taking their feelings.
It's taking more personal. So the reaction won't be the same as if it happens to us. So I don't know if it's going to have the effect that he wanted to have.
Gotcha. And speaking of Miles Turner, man, tonight Miles Turner was missing that. He only took seven field goal attempts tonight. If you're the second or third best player on this team, you got to take more than 7 shots, man.
And you got to play defense.
You got to play defense.
He got 2 fouls and got scared to put his hands up anymore.
The man had 9 rebounds. How you get 3 rebounds, man? You can walk into 2. He got 3 rebounds.
Yes, you can walk into 2. Let me see. He got 1 more than Pritchard.
Yes, and I'm looking at the same thing, man. That's crazy. And as a team for the game, the Pacers shot. They were 44-84 from the field for 52.4%. They were 11 of 29 from 3-point range for 37.9%. From the free throw line, they went 11 of 16 for 68%. They had a total of 37 rebounds, 5 turnovers. They turned, once again, game 1, they turned the ball over 22 times. Tonight, they turned the ball over 23 times. They had 5 steals and 2 blocks. As for the winning Boston Celtics tonight, as a team, the Celtics shot 47 of 88 for 53% from the field, 15 of 37 from beyond the arc, 17 of 20 from the free throw line. They out-rebounded the Pacers by 10. They had 40 rebounds. Well, they out-rebounded, by 3, 40 to 37. They had 28 assists, 9 steals. They only turned the ball over 10 times. And, of course, listen, what are you going to say tonight about the player of the game, in my estimations, Jaylen Brown, man?
Yeah.
I mean, the kid went off tonight from the tip. He was on a mission. Tonight, Jaylen Brown tonight from the floor for the Celtics family. Let me get his stats. What's Brown's numbers?
He was 14-27 from the field, 4 of 10 from the three-point land, 8 of 11 from the free throw. He had 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He did get 4 fouls and had 2 turnovers, but ended the night with 40 points.
40 points, and he was a plus 18.
Yeah.
And Jason Tatum, he didn't have a good shooting night from the field, but he still pulled in 23.
Well, that's the thing. Tatum didn't come alive until the game was already over.
Right.
So if you go from the beginning of the game until the top of the third, the bottom of the third, he had a bad game.
Right.
He came alive when the spirit in the backs of the Pacers was already broken. So yes, he ended up with 23. It looks good on the stats, but from the visuals, he looked bad. Brown saved him once again.
Right.
And
what I like to do, I would like to welcome our very own Love Firm into the chat. And thank you, Love Firm, from being here. The one and only Anna Marie Elizabeth Rose Valowski. How you doing? Come on in. Thank you for being here, family. I appreciate it. Yeah, Jaylen Brown, Anna said Jaylen Brown was on fire tonight. He was.
He was. They needed him to be on fire, though. They needed that. So,
to me, a performance like this in the playoff, after coming off an overtime thriller in game 1 by Jaylen Brown, I'm going to say it, if for some reason the Celtics do not win the championship, what happens with Brown and Tatum? Who do you keep? If I'm a team around the NBA and Jaylen Brown comes up, I got to seriously consider, especially if I have one superstar, putting an all-around player like Jaylen Brown who can score, plus give you he's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, in my opinion. So I would definitely have to be in that conversation of trying to get Jaylen Brown to pair him with a potential another star to get out of Boston.
Well, I would say, how do I say this? I think with the Celtics, because of the contract they had with Jaylen Brown, that mega contract,
right?
I think they couldn't really let him go if they really wanted to, because nobody's absorbing that money. Nobody's even trying to offer that kind of money. So it would have to. Tatum would be the one that would get left to the wayside, I would believe. Because then it was like 300 million or something crap.
300 million, but because Tatum made the All NBA team, his contract now. I read today, and someone checked to make sure, but I believe I'm correct. I remember reading this today. His contract would be 354 million. That he's other because he made the All NBA team. It escalated. So I think it's like a 5% increase or something. So the max that he can get now has increased. So
so looking on Spotrac, their total cap allocations, they're 67 million over the cap. And the first apron, they're 13 million over the first apron and 2 million over the second apron. So there is no extensions going on this team.
Yeah.
They can't.
They're gonna have to have to part ways with somebody, or the majority of their bench.
Yeah, because base salary for Jaylen Brown is $49 million a year. Base salary for Tatum is 34. Holiday, who got the extension, is 30. Porzingis is 29. White is 18, and then Horford is 9. Everybody else is under 7 after that. So you're very top heavy.
So do they move Porzingis and Drew Holiday?
They just signed Holiday. I don't know if I don't know, man. That's a very good question.
That's a lot of money that's going to be tied up, man. Not to come away with the championship. And personally, I see Anna says it's the Celtics. Personally, Anna, I don't think the Celtics are going to beat whoever comes out the West.
Yeah, I don't think they beat whoever comes out the West.
I don't think they beat whoever comes out the West. I don't.
Yeah.
Especially because both of those teams are long. Both of those teams
and they both defend.
Yeah, they both defend. And if they play Dallas just like them, Dallas has two closers. So they will have to play defense. They won't be able to rest in the next series.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I think if I'm Boston, the move I make is Tatum and Porzingis. I keep Holiday because they need Holiday. If Holiday and Brown, I can build something around them too. Because when we look at the playoffs, every time, even the last couple of times they made it this far, Brown has been the savior most of the time. It's rarely Tatum. Not saying Tatum hasn't done it. It's more likely that it's Brown that is the savior. So that's what I'm gonna run with. Even though Boston fans prefer Tatum over Brown, which we all know. That's why they gave him that contract in the first place, is to prove that he was wanted. And I think they shot themselves in the foot now because of that. Because looking at all these contracts, they got to get rid of somebody if they want to. Like you can't even draft nobody. That's how bad you're right now.
Yeah, and see that, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. That's what I'm saying. Now Tatum is eligible for the Supermax extension, which is $5 million, which is 5 years for $315 million.
Now, granted, next year there's supposed to be a bump in the cap. There's supposed to be a bump in the cap, but I don't know if that really helps them like that because they're already, like I said, $67 million over the initial cap.
Right.
So I don't know if that helps them at all.
They're gonna have to. To me, they're gonna have to part ways with maybe 2, maybe 3 players. I think White might be a cat, depending on how much White's making.
But the thing, White could be one to get rid of. I don't think. But the thing with White has big value. Whenever his contract comes ready to be re-signed, he's gonna ask for money. He was I think second team all defense this year. He's shot the 3 ball extremely well this year, even though it hasn't been great in the playoffs. Yeah, they're in trouble. And the problem also with the Celtics is they have no depth inside of that. Like Hauser and Pritchard, they're serviceable backups that can come in and just shoot the ball every couple times. But you're not expecting them to have like a takeover moment.
Right.
Oh no, but and then Pritchard's only getting $6 million, so that's a drop in the bucket. That's they're not hurting from that. Yeah, but like I said, base salary $49 million a year for Brown, $34 million for Tatum, $30 million for Holiday, $29 million for Kristaps, $18 for Derek, and $9 for Horford. So they're not getting rid of Horford because they need the leadership and the guidance by the old dude. They're not getting rid of him.
No.
Being gone.
I believe, didn't they say on the telecast last game when they showed this farther than him that this was his last season? That this possibly was his last season
for Horford?
Yeah, and he's trying to end it with a championship.
They might have said that. They might have said something like that.
I didn't hear it, maybe.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's 9.5. So.
The problem is getting rid of the money is getting rid of money. It's fine, but they have nothing to replace the position or the player. That's the issue.
Well, then that goes with the value that they get in the trade. What are you getting back in the trade package? Are you getting a proven starter, someone who can get buckets to come in and plus draft picks?
But that's the problem with Boston. Boston has overvalued players before it's their time. When they gave Brown that contract, it wasn't he didn't need that contract at the time. He hadn't earned that contract. He had not earned that contract. $300 million. He had not earned that contract. To be highest paid in the league, he has not earned that. They have no titles, and you're giving them these crazy max contracts.
Right?
No, you lost to an old Steph Curry. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, you lost to an old Steph Curry." You didn't lose to Steph and Clay. You lost to Steph by himself. You don't deserve that max contract. And I'm a Warriors fan.
So, all right, now put your GM hat on. You're the GM of the Celtics right now. let's just say that you go to the finals and win or lose the finals. You can't. What do? Do you run it? Do you run it back with what you have? If they win the championship, I believe they go try to run it back. Let's say they lose the championship then. If they lose, what do? You the GM right now. What do you do?
If they lose, you got to make a move. You have to make a move to figure out what's going to solidify that front. And from I've always felt that Brown was the better of the two. I've always felt that. Mm-hmm. So in that move, I'm going to shop Tatum and I'm going to shop Porzingis. Porzingis has been injured most of the year, so we've got here.
His career.
Yeah, and that's his legacy. His legacy is injury. So I'm going to shop both of them. Mm-hmm. And if I can get rid of both of them, I probably will, depending on who I can get in return.
Gotcha.
I mean,
what about Brandon Ingram?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Just saying.
And that's close to your $60 million right there. Yeah. And then Horford and below, I'm renegotiating all those contracts. And I'll get underneath with those two moves and the renegotiation of a couple top contracts in the middle. We get under the cap space by you get under the cap space by like 100,000, and you're still gonna be stuck. But
so you're gonna be stuck. You get under it. You get rid of. I mean, I guess if you move Porzingis like for a BI or whatever, and get another player. But if I'm Boston and I gotta move Porzingis, I want to get two solid players in return. I don't want to just get one because then you're stuck in the same scenario that they're in now. No depth.
But you're not going to be able to get two. It's not feasible.
Yeah, it'll be.
And then you have to. That means you have to get rid of White too.
Right.
And White's been too steady for that team. You get rid of White, you're not going.
I like Pritchard too.
I like Pritchard too.
I like Pritchard too. So let's talk about the Pacers, and we about to bring a man on right now who's really who's really hurting right now. Who's pretty much packing up getting his tackle box ready, filling up the tank on the boat with gas to get ready to go fishing, baby. Because right now that looks like where the Pacers are going after game 2. Straight away, Trey. Come on.
I'm ready. Oh, it's over. Pack your bags. It's over.
Trey, what's your thoughts about your coach benching the starters to start the forward? What's your thoughts on that?
First of all, fire him right now. I'm done with Kawhi. I don't care. I'm fire the FIBA head coach. Fire everyone. You see all these. I'm about to be a Cowboys fan in a minute. I'm about to rage real quick.
That's not giving anything better though.
So guys, game 3, you go home. To me, it's a must win for the Pacers.
We still win at home. I don't think we can win.
They can talk up how they want. They have to be in the. They have to be in the head now. I know the emotion now. Somebody's thought went back to game 1. We should be leaving Boston 1-1.
Should be.
We're leaving Boston down 0-2. And we have no one to blame but ourselves. We could not finish. And they came out and said it. They could not finish. Now you go home. Listen, the fan base. Listen, it's not over till somebody wins 4. But if they don't win game 3, man, and give that fan base something to look forward to in game 4, like they say, the playoff don't start until the road team wins the game. If the road team wins the game in the next 2, that's all she wrote, man. So
I mean, this is my thing. If the Pacers lose game 3, you might as well just bench your starters for game 4 too. Do the same thing you did tonight. You lost the first 3 quarters, benching the whole 4. You might as well do a game 4 too because you've already thrown in the towel.
Yeah, guess what? I got the paper bag ready. I got my stuff ready.
So you got the paper bag ready.
Yeah, we'll put over
I
his
got the
head.
popcorn baseball bag.
Man, your team is in the Eastern Conference Finals, man. You can't
That's what I told him too.
Man, you
No,
can't.
this is for the fever. This is for the fever. This is for the WNBA fever. If they don't win a
Okay.
game,
Oh, they go win the
if
game.
they don't win a game,
They go win the game, man. No teams ever win winless in the WNBA. Don't even worry about it. They go win one. They've been close, man. They gonna get one, man.
They'll probably win one. You got to give him some time, man. You got to give him time. It's unfortunately I gave him too many games at once in the beginning. I think it's too many games up front. But back to the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
They don't play defense well. They don't
Coaching
recover.
cases.
They don't recover.
You could have stopped that sentence as that they don't play defense.
Oh yeah, they don't get they don't box out for rebounds. It's the offense. They don't move the ball well at all. I don't understand. I think just going off of the hype of the 3-point shot is pretty much what has carried them their entire season, and they've gone off of that and had some great offensively powered games, but you see the deficiencies, and it
here's the
sucks.
thing I don't like about these. Oh,
It sucks that the announcers, they can't talk about it subjectively because of who they're being paid for. Because I guarantee you the things they would say would show why this team, they made it. They got past the Knicks. This is not a good representation for NBA playoffs. This is not. It shows how weak the East is.
Here's the other thing about this Pacers team. This Pacers team is just bad. I miss like the old days Pacers teams where they actually play defense, not this like YMCA type style play.
It's AAU basketball.
Yeah, they don't have the Davis twins no more.
No, they definitely don't have that.
If I can even watch the game at the park and I can see people just doing half court shots. I can just see that game. Then when the Pacers shooting.
The thing I worry about is it's like how they get this far, right? Like, I mean, I'm not 100% with not like they just absolutely don't belong to be here. I mean, we talked a little bit about just the destruction of the East in a whole. I mean, the only good East series so far was between the Pacers and the Knicks, but even that series had a lot of blowouts, and then they come here and it seems like they, yeah, I mean, kind of like, but the thing was, no one they don't even look like they know what they're doing on defense. That's like they're missing the fundamentals of defense. They don't rotate well. They leave players wide open. They allow backdoor passes every single time. Someone could run baseline to the backdoor every time and get an easy shot at the bucket. On offense, they don't move well off ball. You have a center who doesn't know how to box out. I haven't seen them box out one time this whole series. They'll get a rebound, but it's not because they're looking for a body. Or whenever Drew Holiday drove in that one time, he jumps up and then bounces it down low to Hauser. As soon as he jumps up, all the Pacers, deer in headlights, they just stand there like this. They don't even. It's not like they even try to contest the shot or anything. They just sit there. They don't know what they're doing on the defensive end.
I mean, look, Siakam, man, what did you say? He was very efficient tonight, 13 of 17 from the floor, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. He finished with 28. The second leading scorer was Nembhard. He was 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 4 from free throw. He had 5 assists.
How many Miles Turner's made?
Miles Turner had 8 tonight on 3 of 7 shooting. He was 2 of 4 from downtown.
We need to just give the ball to Turner like we used to do, because Turner is like the second franchise people in Pacers history.
He doesn't even play his position. He plays like he's a shooting guard. He doesn't play in the paint. I don't. Why are we allowing this? Why is this happening in the NBA?
I don't know.
Why are Jennings playing above the perimeter?
He never did it in 2014. Now all of a sudden he wants to be like a shooting guard, which is pissing me off like every single time.
He worked on his 3-point shot because the game today is about what? Penetrating, driving, spacing the flow, kicking it out to shooters. If you got a big who can shoot, he pulls the other big from under the goal So it's all about space now. It's all about space and shooting.
But there's still like a method to the madness, right? It's in simple terms, yes. Drive in, kick out, drive in, kick out. But there's still off-ball screens. There's also people setting up for the eventual backdoor cutter, or on-ball screens, little give and goes. There's different things that are designed. The first play of the game, me and Non said, "Wow, did they actually run a play? They must have practiced yesterday," is what we joked, because they actually ran a basketball play. And that's what they did during the period that they had the lead in the first quarter. And then all of a sudden they started going down because Jaylen Brown started making some buckets. And then they went back to the same thing. I have the ball. I'm going to dribble 5 feet. Oh, you're not going to let me get by? All right, let me pass it to you. Okay, I'm going to dribble 5 feet forward. Oh, can't get in. Let me pass it to you. You try. If I can't get it, you try. Next thing you know, shot clock violation. It happened twice. Yeah. But it just got a shot clock violation with no penetration, no actual ball movement. They just drive in, kick out. Same person drive in, kick out. It's just ugly, man. It's an insult to basketball.
Ugly basketball. And says the Celtics are on the level of being the upper stratosphere. Now, the Celtics did finish the season with the best record in the NBA. So
that don't mean nothing.
It means something against the Pacers after 2 games. It means something against the Pacers after 2 games.
The problem with the Celtics is they boasted this record of they beat 40 teams by 20 plus points. They beat 30 teams by 30, but then you're playing in the East. You're not doing that in the West. I'm sorry. You're not doing that. You're not doing that in the West. You're not.
They almost lost to the Pistons. Let's think about that. They almost lost to the 25-game losing streak Pistons.
Yeah.
Remember that.
They won by they shouldn't have won. They should have lost. They lost to a very bad Atlanta. Like you losing to teams that you shouldn't lose to.
But we got to remember, guys, it's the NBA. It's the NBA. If you don't come ready to play every night, now what got them past the Pistons is their superior talent. Yeah, like you said the other day, playing down to their competition. That's all that was, playing down to their competition, which in the long run will catch up with them. Especially, whichever team comes out the West, it's gonna be a hell of a matchup because both of those teams come out the West, as Nine said, they both play defense, they both rebound, they both alone. They can switch pretty much almost 1 through 5, all of them. So it's gonna be a real battle. And again, if it's Dallas, I'm telling you, you got to deal with Kyrie and Luka. Then you got Washington, you got Gafford.
Jones Jr.
Jr.
If it's Dallas,
Kristaps Porzingis coming back.
It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing.
Game 4, but the series probably be over there.
They said game 2 before, so I say this: even with Kristaps Porzingis coming back, Kyrie can still get around all of them. You're going to see a different version of Kyrie if he plays against Boston. He's going to eat them alive.
Would it be the first big that Gafford's had a drive that can actually shoot? I mean, Chet kind of can, but not at the level what Porzingis can.
When I look at Boston, when I look at Boston throughout the entire season, they walk with such bravado and such confidence, but they don't play with that same style. Until they're ahead by 20, then all of a sudden it comes out. It's like you should have that from start to finish, not when you're ahead. It's like what Lucas said. Everybody get tough when they up by 20, and that to me that's Boston.
Right.
Boston is 100%. I feel against the Mavericks or Minnesota. I think both of them teams will give Boston fits.
Well, the thing is, Boston hasn't played a 7-game series against a good opponent. You know,
besides the Lakers.
J. Law said, what you mean? They say they won't like Jake. Man, this man here.
That's why I started laughing.
This man here, man.
We're talking about my fellow bulldog.
Yeah, this man here in love with OTAs, man. This is what we come to because the Pacers get us absolutely. We go from
nothing to talk about. I know.
A thrilling game one, a
Yeah.
game that was seesaw back and forth. We saw the heart and the courage that the Pacers exhibited in game one. Had the game in the palm of their hands, and again, just let it slip out the palm of their hand and come back game two facing a more mentally ready and focused Boston Celtics team that was determined not to drop game two in the playoff, which would have been for the third time in the playoff. They were determined for that not to happen, and they came out. And listen, Jaylen Brown set the tone early and often, and everyone else just fed off it, man.
Well, and this is the problem that you're going to have now. A Tatum who's played bad all year. Y'all allowed him to heat up because you pulled all your starters. And he found his shot in that fourth quarter.
Let him get a rhythm.
You know?
You
know how dangerous that is? He hasn't had a chance to do that all postseason. Now he did. Now you mean Jaylen Brown just popped off and Tatum might have found his shot. On top of that, White also found his shot during that period and dropped four out of 8 threes.
That's crazy, man.
You're setting yourself up for failure, man. That's why it just doesn't make sense. Like, even if you're down 30, you don't pull out your starters in the fourth quarter like that. You don't give them a full quarter to play basketball for free.
Right.
You don't give them
and plus, the thing of it is, it's the new NBA. Anything can happen. A couple of things and we're back in it. Now, we say back in the early 2010s that it would never happen, really. But now, you can make a comeback easily.
I would say the Minnesota Timberwolves are a known commodity now. They're known. Everybody know who they are. They were number one seed in the West. They're in the top 3 of the West all season long. Yeah. So the Timberwolves are who they are. They belong where they are. Mavericks belong where they are. Now,
just because the Mavericks is their first time making that big jump, it's been a big work. Yeah, but I mean, it's been a big jump. It's been a method grown thing over in Minnesota. Last year you saw the start of it, and then this year you're like, okay, now we see exactly what's going on. I think everybody knows what's happening there. I mean, they're one of the deeper teams. I think they're one of the deeper teams in the playoffs right now. I mean, you have Nod Reeves, who's an absolute X factor coming off the bench. Walker, who's also not a bad shooter for the couple minutes that he comes in and plays. You know, they got a lot of positives coming out that team.
And McDaniels has just been going off.
Yeah.
He's just been going off. I mean, listen, it's just 1-0. We might as well talk about game 2 tomorrow in the West, Minnesota and Dallas. Because this one here, baby, we done put wraps on this. Final score 126.
I got Mavs.
To 110. We got to do something, man. If you're the Pacers, you go home. It's again must win. Miles Turner has to show up. More importantly, need to get the medical report of what's going on with Halliburton. Will he be able to even go in game 3? So hopefully
they might shut him down for this whole series. They might.
Yeah, they might, man. So
because we don't have a draft pick too, so that's great.
Right.
We traded that.
Wait, you don't have a draft pick next year? Y'all don't have a first round.
You said y'all don't have a pick? Right, is that what you said? They don't have a?
I don't think so. Did we trade it away?
Nah, you got that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, man. So tomorrow, Mavericks, Timberwolves, game 2. We kind of spoke about it last night. One of the adjustments I said, and Nine was in agreement with me. They cannot start the game out with Anthony Edwards guarding Kyrie Irving. Not because he's incapable, but he exerts so much. He has to exert so much energy going up against Kyrie. And listen, if you saw the post-game show with Kenny, Shaq, Barkley, and Ernie, you heard what he said. He said, I was just sitting there with my family minding my business, you know. And I heard and say, hey, I'm guarding Kyrie. Yeah. But at the same time, he said, I didn't take it as a form of disrespect. He said, I took it as a challenge, and he said, that's why we talking about players in the league. That's why we love Anthony Edwards. You know, that's why we love him.
It is a respectful way to do it, but man, certain things you just shouldn't say out loud, even with you being respectful. And the reason for it is we've been, you know, this has been a humble Kyrie this year. You know, he's been a very humble Kyrie. Man, don't wake that dog up. Don't wake that dog up. He will go and do some shit that you ain't never seen before in your life. Y'all, you messed up by saying it. He didn't mean nothing mean by it, but like you said, it still is a challenge. He's like, oh, I can't wait for the matchup because it's going to be a challenge. Well, now you challenge Kyrie Irving.
Well, because when he did that post game, he told them, oh yeah, I told the coach I want to guard Kyrie. Why would you say that? Why?
Right.
Why even say that?
And then tell other people.
And on the pregame show on ESPN, they were trying to flip his words, talking about. He talking about he said he gonna lock up Kyrie.
He never said that.
He never said he was gonna lock up Kyrie.
I saw that on Instagram too. They were trying to act like he said he's gonna lock him up.
Yeah, he never said that.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Can we say one more thing?
Of course.
I'm gonna miss the NBA crew if they don't sign that contract.
Well, it's official. Next year will be last year.
Oh, yep.
Enjoy next year. This year and next year. I don't know who they plan on replacing them, but it's gonna be hard as hell.
It ain't gonna be better.
Like Zach, like you said the other night. Sometimes I don't even watch games during the season.
Yeah.
But I want to know just I go on
What's
YouTube.
Shaq and Charles doing?
Because I know
always acting a fool.
I know the fools gonna.
They have a YouTube channel.
You know who beat who beat Kenny Racing to the board? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, all of that, man. You know, one of the funniest moments for me when Kenny tripped Shaq ass and Shaq hit that damn tree.
That
was funny as hell. Yeah, talking about, all right, Kenny. All right, Kenny. You know how Shaq jump. All right, Kenny.
I just got an idea. I'm gonna give y'all some soul food. I would say go look on YouTube, see if there's a compilation of the best, whatever the show's called, the NBA Tonight, TNT Tonight, Inside NBA.
Go to NBA on TV.
If there's the best moments, and go and do a reaction to it. I bet you it blows up. Now that the news got officially dropped, I bet it blows up this week.
We can do that for the Come On the Network video channel.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
can I do it?
I'm down.
It would not be a surprise if the Timberwolves come out. And
they could definitely surprise them. Yeah,
I don't think it'll be a surprise. I mean,
I think like yesterday's game was just kind of like a realization of who Kyrie and Luka is. Like I said, Luka was here before, and then he got hurt, and and then the Golden State went on. So he doesn't want to have that same feeling again, especially since he's also injured right now currently. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a different mindset. They're gonna have to lock in. Anthony Edwards has to find his shot. I'm cool with him finding his teammates and trying to get them going, but it's important for you to get going, just as important it is for them. And I need Cat to stay aggressive. Just because they're not giving you the whistle in the first quarter doesn't mean stop driving inside. Stay aggressive on him, man. Wear him down at the very least. You might not score, but you're going to tire him out by the third quarter.
Yeah. And then I like to kind of piggyback off that. It's more so Timberwolves were surprised by what Mavs looked like because, like I said, they hadn't played that version of the Mavs ever because the team they played before had different players and different starters. The only thing that was similar technically was Kyrie and Luka. You know what I'm saying? But all the new additions, it gave them something. But now they have a quote unquote a little bit of experience against that team, so they kind of have an idea what to expect. They don't know the full extent of it, but they have an idea. So I expect this game to be a little bit closer. But like what Dolph said, if Edwards still decides to stay on Kyrie, it may hurt him much longer than make him look good playing against one of the greatest point guards in the game. So the kid is shifty. Either side, right hand, left hand, don't matter. First step, regardless how old he is, it's still quick. He's still shifty.
Right.
You have to switch off. Somebody has to take that assignment in the beginning. If Edwards wants to give off that assignment in the beginning, but come back on it in third and fourth when they have a lead, then that's a different story. That's different. Because then you force Kyrie not to get hot early. But I think Conley has to take that assignment early and Edwards has to take it later.
Sister Barbara, Mr. Mina, how you doing? Come on
Miss
in.
Lady.
What up?
Let us know your thoughts on tonight's game. While we're waiting, fellas, let me get your opinion on the first team All NBA team, and do you guys agree with everybody that's on the list? So your first team All NBA: Giannis, Luka, Shea, Joker, and Jason Tatum.
Wait, Giannis played 65 games?
Who would you not have had as NBA first team?
I'm kind of with Trey on that. I don't know. I'm not sure if Giannis deserves to be there this year.
Okay.
I mean, like, I think Giannis is a good player. Did he must have just reached the 65 limit, right? Because he was injured a lot of the year.
Yeah. I mean,
and there was a couple good stretches where he was not playing good, and Lillard was the one, carrying the team. I don't know who I'd replace him with, but that's probably the only one that's like has me a little in question.
Okay. Is that what happened to the other people? Because he played the 65 games, but he's like 2 seconds above the get the reroll, which is stupid. I don't get that.
All right, here's your second team to choose from. If you were to replace him: Jalen Brunson, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Anthony Ant-Man Edwards, Kawhi Leonard. AD what?
The one that never plays.
So you would put AD as a first team All NBA?
Wait, no AD.
He's saying he wouldn't even have him in the second team, is what he's saying. No, he had a good year this year. I'm not mad at Davis this year.
This is the first year he's played this many games in a very long time.
Yeah.
Since I think like his rookie season or something like that, or second season, it's been a very long time. Very long time.
No, some people had a problem with the third team.
I want to ask: is the All NBA? Is it positionless? I know defense is positionless, but All NBA.
Yeah, it's positionless.
It is positionless.
Yeah, it's positionless. Let me share the screen with you guys so you can.
It used to be point guard, shooting guard, small forward, and the best center, and that was about it. Then it changed it.
All right, so that's the third team right there.
Yeah, I see that one there.
Yeah, so that's the third team right there. NBA, you got Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Tyrese Halliburton, LeBron, and a lot of people are saying, why Sabonis? Should Sabonis be on there?
I was gonna say Sabonis actually took a step back this year, so I don't know if he would have been my option for 13. He took a big step backwards.
So if you were to,
I feel like that's an insult.
Second team to third team, who would it be?
Yeah,
LeBron at third team is crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, statistically, he did have a really good year. So
yeah, at least second team.
I can see him on second team.
Yeah.
Let me see what the number difference is between.
You got Devin Booker.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the votes. That's all I wanted to pull up was the votes. Okay. Let's see.
Right.
Here, actually, I can share it here.
Yeah, share the votes. Let me take this one down.
Yeah.
There you go.
What up, Slim?
Slim, come on in here.
Slimmy Thin. Slimmy Thin.
Trying to make sure I'm not sharing everything that I look. All right, let's see.
Yeah, let's see search history.
No.
He's like, not on this browser. Not on this browser.
All right, so here's the voting. So Shy 90 got 99, Nikola got 99, Luka with 98, Giannis got 88 first place votes. Tatum got 65. Tatum is one of those two where it's like you gotta kind of put him there because he was the best player because he led the best team in the East by a lot. So I mean you have to throw him up there. But like I could even see like Brunson being competitive for that spot. I think it's a little surprising to me for the second team. Edwards only getting 3 first place votes.
Yeah.
That's surprising. Same thing with, Durant only getting 2.
It's crazy, Kyle. I'm surprised Steph didn't get at least 1 because he had a hell of a scoring year this year, man. He balled out scoring year this year.
And Sabonis got a first place vote. How Sabonis get a first place vote over Steph, Booker, and Halliburton? I don't understand that.
One of the
And
voted
LeBron.
on people in Sacramento.
Has to be, right?
Yeah.
One
I mean,
local
probably,
voters.
probably Shaq voting because he got
Yeah.
money in the team.
Shaq said, "I'm gonna vote for my boy," you know.
Because I'm like,
Yeah.
Steph had three months in a row where he was the number one scorer. He was the number one, like everything. You know, it's like, how did he not get one vote? One? Come on, man.
Kawhi in second team. Has
And
Kawhi even
to
played the whole
yeah.
season?
To me, like the Kawhi thing, I am not a believer in him. Like in the beginning, I was like, okay, I think he's pretty good. But as the seasons have gone on, I'm like, he's now to me like one of the more overrated players. He doesn't have the heart to play.
Kawhi.
I don't know, man. That dude.
I just wish Kawhi went back to the Spurs. So
you think Kawhi is overrated?
I think parts of his game is overrated. Yes.
What parts of his game? Like one thing.
His heart, his
desire to play.
There you go. That's what I'm about to say. I think he has all the parts of his game to be great. I don't think he has, the heart and the hustle to do it.
The want to.
Because, I mean, dude, we saw him with San Antonio and Toronto. Ever since he won that chip, who's Kawhi Leonard? Like, where's he been? He gets talked about every year because of how good he was, but you don't see it out there on the game on a consistent basis of him just being dominant. And he should be.
Come on, think of it. Do you think Kawhi won MVP Finals in 2014?
Look that one up.
I'm not sure.
You got me on that.
That's a good.
I didn't hear what the question was. I'm sorry.
Did Kawhi win MVP in 2014?
He won an MVP with Toronto and he won an MVP with San Antonio.
I know that
San Antonio.
He won two.
So what? That was maybe 18 or 19? I don't think it was as far back as 14. I don't think so. Right, because Toronto just won the title 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
4, I think.
4 years ago.
Yeah, 2014.
2014
with the Spurs. It was the Spurs year. Yep. And he got hurt after
that. That's when they beat LeBron, right?
Yeah, he got MVP that year.
Okay.
Then the next year, he was unhappy with Pop for whatever reason. Got a little injured, and then just limped out his injury. Just never wanted to play because he was unhappy. And so then that's when he asked to be moved. It was like an ongoing thing. I remember there's a lot of drama surrounding that.
So
listen to his uncles.
Speaking about the game tomorrow, and for this series, who has the better bench? Because I think it may come down to the bench.
Between Mavs and Timberwolves?
The G League bench.
Let's see. Man,
I'm going G League Mavericks.
You think Mavericks have a better bench than the T-Wolves?
I don't know if they have a better bench.
Yeah, I think it may be the
Both of them
T-Wolves.
has a good G League bench team.
I mean, last night the Mavericks went 9 deep, maybe 10. I know in the Timberwolves went, I believe, 7 to 8 deep last night.
They could kind of fairly be kind of close in what they both bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
So when
I think Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, like with Dallas, they have Hardaway, Lively, Green, Exum, and Hardy. Hardy is someone that barely played any of the games through the postseason, and he got a lot of minutes. Exum came in early and then never saw the floor again. Green is a shooter that I like. Lively, I like. He's still young, and we saw a couple of just young, dumb mistakes in yesterday's game. And then Hardaway just hasn't shot the ball well in a while. Like, he used to just be a demon off the bench shooting from three. He struggled. He didn't even take a single shot last night.
But Hardaway's been struggling for a while.
Yeah. It's been a couple seasons.
Yeah, like I'm surprised he's still on Dallas. That's how long he's been struggling.
Yeah.
It's because Mark Cuban.
I was like, why is that Mark Cuban's fault?
He got that money. He wants to get that bag still.
Mark sold most of his shares of the team. He's not even worried about the team no more.
Yeah, he just showed.
He's still on Jason Kidd contract. He's still money.
Yeah, he still got his seats. They got his same seat.
Well, because I mean, I think he's still on the board, so
yeah, no,
losing
he dropped literally like 1% down to
Mhm.
where he wasn't the prime owner anymore because if some dude with his daughters like going to high school or graduate or something, he wanted to focus on family.
Want to focus on family. So, which I mean,
can't get mad with that.
Ain't no one mad at that.
It's not like he actually needs the money. Let's be honest. He don't need the money.
He's chilling.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we go like this, just looking at rosters for both teams, you can give the edge to the Timberwolves as far as the better skilled secondary string. But the question is, will they show up? That's the question.
Well,
I mean, if I'm looking at, go ahead.
If I go back to their previous series, every time that bench came in against the Nuggets, they increased the lead in that game, or they cut the deficit. So I've seen right now, until otherwise proven different, because of the body of work in the playoffs. Right now, I have to give the slight edge to the Timberwolves bench, and mainly because they got their sixth man of the year, and look, he did some special things the other night. I mean, that to close out the series, man. He came up with some key plays, man. So tomorrow night's gonna be another important game. To me, the T-Wolves.
I mean, if we're gonna run two centers, right? If we're gonna run two centers, Naz Reid should not be coming off the bench. Naz Reid is worthy of a start.
Yes.
Gobert should be coming off the bench. He's
somebody else's bench.
Yeah, like
in Europe. Hey, I can't wait until
doesn't he have like the sixth highest contract? They ain't gonna come him off the bench. He getting paid too much.
But that's the thing, like to get the fastest and highest offensive production the quickest, Naz Reid should start.
Absolutely. Because he can't catch for nothing.
I don't think he'll be bad as a six man. Gobert. As a six man, I think that'll be perfect. Come in and supply what? Offense, defensive rebound, protect the rim.
Defense, rebound, protect the rim. Like
and just go hard for like the 12 minutes that you play.
That's it. Just
go hard.
And
that way you're not having to, save your energy so you can play 35, 36 minutes. Yeah, I mean,
remember those alley hoops last game?
Yeah, he got no hands. My boy, he needs to learn how to catch. Like he needs to go
he got squirrel hands, man.
Vikings and go talk with Justin Jefferson and go learn how to catch. Like he needs to do something.
So once again, family, our player of the game is that man right there. He just went off tonight.
Absolutely.
The $300 million man, baby. He was worth every penny tonight as he helped the Celtics get out to a 2-0 lead against Trey's Pacers. right now,
we ain't going
running
camping
like an old peso. They running like same like they driving the old.
We're
peso
going to Egypt.
Right
no, that's
right.
good.
Yeah.
That's
good night,
good
Sam. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow night, my brother. Well, not tomorrow. No, I can't be on tomorrow night. My daughter's graduating tomorrow, so.
All right, hey,
congratulations!
Congrats!
Graduation tomorrow, man. One down, two more to go. Got back-to-back years, and then we get a break.
Say, get their asses out the house.
Yeah,
go,
man. They ain't going nowhere.
I know.
I got one in college, one in the military. I'm good.
Gotta make them pay rent now.
Oh yeah, believe that. Believe that. Well, listen, on behalf of Zach, Trey the Wave, and myself and the entire Come On In Sports Network, we want to thank you all for joining us for the Eastern Conference Finals recap show of Game 2 as the Boston Celtics once again defeat the Indiana Pacers 126-110. The Celtics now lead the series 2-0. Tomorrow, of course, is Game 2 between the Mavericks and the Timberwolves, and the T-Wolves tied up head back to Dallas with a 1-1 series. And that game is Sunday. Do anyone know the tip time for that game Sunday?
I think it's late. I think it's like 8:30.
Oh, that'd be great for me.
Why so late?
Graduation.
I don't know why it's so late.
Yeah, that'd be great for
Oh
me.
no, I'm sorry, it's 7:30. It's 8:30
7:30
Eastern. Is what I was thinking.
So 7:30, that's still good. I can still get out there and catch get a couple of people going in and coming out the game. So yeah, that'll still work for me.
By the way, I got the Feast winning by 1 point.
You got the T-Woods winning?
Yeah, by 1 point.
I think
By
that game
one.
was at the 26th. That game was on it's at 7.
Said actually at 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we get all messed
It's
up.
probably
Tomorrow's
8 o'clock for me,
Tomorrow's
probably.
Friday. It's 7:30 tomorrow.
Yeah, see, he said Sunday. He said Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh.
The one Sunday.
Oh, the game's Sunday.
Yeah,
that's
that's Sunday.
Sunday at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's game 3.
That's game 3, Sunday.
Yeah, they're only giving them a 1-day break.
Yeah,
traveling
yeah.
to Dallas. That's
Yeah.
so stupid.
That's how it used to be.
That's how it used to be. Yeah, that's how it used to
Yeah,
be.
it used to be.
Wasn't all this
Oh,
2-day break every other day? Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Right.
They're trying to get rid of.
I
They're trying
remember that. I always
to
remember
move
them
all
being
of us to the for the Stanley Cup to
2
get
days
in.
was 2 days was more recent. It used to be 1 day all the time. It used to be
No,
one,
really?
1 day. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I always thought it was two whenever they travel
I
for
mean-
games. In between games 2 and game 3, there's a 2-day, and then after that it went to 1. But
Right.
normally there was.
WNBA used to do that too.
That's what I thought.
So,
Y'all just need a break, period. Fever.
oh yeah, the FIBA needs to break. The FIBA just need a break. I hate these televised games. We have another televised game, which is great. We playing the Sparks tomorrow at 10 o'clock. A
Y'all
prime
playing
time game at
sports
Crypto.
tomorrow.
Yeah, at Crypto.com Arena. In a sold out crowd. We about to lose again.
Don't worry, man. Tomorrow, Caitlin go hit the game winner for y'all, man.
For the wrong team.
Yeah, and prove why she's the second greatest player of all time. Shooter, not greatest player, scorer of all time. She's not even the all-time leading scorer in college basketball.
No, she's not. Yeah,
She's not really.
Nobody know the real story, but she's not.
Nobody don't know the real story. Played at Kansas. Was it Kansas?
I think it was Kansas.
She played at Kansas. So what was it? Not taking out what she goes. She bad now. But I'm just saying.
Don't put her as the best shooter in WNBA. We still got some players that came with the comments in the beginning that she ain't better than them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure,
got some veterans in the WNBA. They got their calendar circle.
Man, you gotta earn that one. Earn that one.
Like they say, she gonna have to put some weight in her britches, man. She gotta get some weight in her britches. Gotta toughen up, baby. But they coming at you. Well, listen, family, enjoy y'all night. This is the Come On In Sports Network. Go ahead, Trey, before we get out, my brother.
What kind of name do you think the new WNBA team is going to get for Toronto?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Dragons, Warlords.
Toronto Dragons. It might be
Warlords. I don't know. It depends. Most likely what they're gonna do, they're gonna have a fan vote. They're gonna have a fan vote. Probably. And the fans go vote for one name and they're gonna totally go the opposite.
It'll be the Toronto BBL Drakes.
Just like the Pelicans.
BBL Drakes.
Nobody wanted the Pelicans. I would have rather the Voodoo.
Yeah.
Take arena football now. First of all, she'll get our goddamn name back from the Jazz. Ain't no damn Jazz in Utah.
Right.
Stupid ass. I don't know. Dumb ass owner back then. Sold the name.
Yeah, I hated the Pelicans name at first, but I like how they made it look all right now.
Yeah,
like logo and stuff. But the name.
I hate that ugly logo though.
They went. You hate the Pelicans logo?
I hate that. No,
I hate the Pacers logo.
The 2014 logo, because
we hated it too.
I couldn't see what it was just like it was not even look like a bird for some reason.
You ever saw a pelican? Andre? You ever saw a pelican? You ever saw a pelican up close?
In Orlando, I saw one.
Orlando? Gotcha. Oh, you in Florida, Trey?
About to be I'm in Fort Wayne now. I'm going to Florida next Saturday.
Next Saturday?
Enjoy the nice air.
Oh man, so you go meet Miles Turner and Halliburton down there. Y'all go fishing.
I was gonna say the same thing. You beat me to
No,
Yeah,
we go.
y'all can go fishing together, bro. Hey, tell them to
Hold
flip
on.
the bill. They can afford it. Let them flip the bill, man. Look, man, we out of here. Y'all have a good night.
Appreciate
We'll see
y'all,
y'all
man.
later. Welcome, all
I'm
sports
on the boat
fans.
right now.
I'm Dolph Jackson, one of the hosts of the Come On In Sports Network, a brand new sports network catered to sports heads like yourselves. Here on the Come On In Sports Network, we'll be covering the latest topics and current sporting news from around the world, such as baseball, football, basketball, and more. So sit back, relax, put your feet up, and come on in.